Hello everyone, welcome back. Today our topic is surface area and volume of 3D solids. Here I am covering cube and cuboid. Alright, so some points to remember. What do you mean by volume? So volume is the space which is occupied by a solid object, right? Solid objects are nothing but we are as of now we are just learning the cubes and cuboids. Alright, when you think about the three-dimensional shape of a square. So, how to draw that? This is the three-dimensional object which is called a cube. And same way, if you draw a three-dimensional object with a rectangle, then that makes the cuboid, right? So this is the cuboid, which you already learned. Now this is the capacity. Okay, the capacity of this solid is called the volume. The unit of volume is cubic unit, so maybe it is meter cube or centimeter cube or millimeter cube, like that. Okay, so length cube, cubic units. Now surface area is nothing but the sum of all the flat surfaces of the solid. Alright, and the unit of surface area is square units. Alright, now here some important formulas are given for surface area and volume of cube and cuboid. Alright, so uh, for cube all the sides are given as S. Okay, the diagonal is nothing but joining any two opposite vertices. Alright, and now the total surface area is nothing but 6 side square. Alright, lateral surface area is nothing but the just 4 walls. Okay, when you take the surface area of just 4 walls, that is called the lateral surface area, and which is 4 times side square. Alright, the length of the diagonal is given as square root of 3 times side. Volume is given as side cube, and you can, when you want to find side, you have to take the cube root of volume. Alright, so this is about cube. Now for cuboid I have given this formula. Alright, so total surface area, so all sum of all the sides, area of sum of all the sides, so what you will get 2 times. See, there are 6 surfaces, right? When you talk about front and back, so that's nothing but length into height. When you talk about bottom and top, so that is length into breadth. And when you talk about two sides, so which is breadth into height. So you'll get 2 times LB plus BH plus LH. Lateral surface area, again the surface area of the sides, right? So that is nothing but you have to just exclude the top and bottom, which is L and B. LB you have to exclude from this formula, and you'll get this is okay. Diagonal, the length of diagonal is nothing but square root of L square plus B square plus H square. Alright, and volume is given by length into breadth into height. Very easy formula for volume. Alright, and whenever you have to find length, breadth and height, these are the formulas which are given. So pause the video, write this formula and then solve the problems. Alright, so let's solve some questions. Okay, now the dimension of cuboids are given. Alright, so from this dimensions, what should I say? Length is 10 centimeter, breadth is 9.5 centimeter, and height is 8 centimeter. Alright, now we have to find the volume. So volume is equals to L into B into H, right? Very easy. So 10 times 95 times 8. Alright, when we simplify this, we'll get 760. Okay, and this is centimeter cube. Okay, so we got the first answer for this. Now we have to find the surface area. Now surface area, when they have mentioned, they mean to say total surface area. So TSA, I just write in short form total surface area, TSA. Alright, so which is nothing but 2 times LB plus BH plus LH. See, surface area volume chapter, okay, first you have to understand what has to be found, right? And second thing, you have to remember all the formulas you have to avoid all the mistakes when you do the calculation. Okay. So you have to learn simple techniques how to simplify your answer. Alright. So 2 times, what do we get? Length into breadth. So 10 into 9.5. Put all the correct values for this. Okay. First of all. Now 9.5 times 8. And when I write this, I'll get 10 times 8. Okay. Now when we simplify this, so we'll get the final answer for this. So it is nothing but 2 times 251, and this gives me 502, alright, centimeter square. So I got the total surface area. Now for the surface area of 4 walls they have asked, right? Third one. So this is my first answer. Okay, second answer. Now third answer. So surface area of 4 walls, that is lateral surface area, but I'll just write surface area of 4 walls. Use the terms which are given in the question, which is equals to 2 times. Now I have to exclude L into B. So BH plus LH. And now when I write this, when I substitute the values, so 9.5 times 8 plus 8 times 10. Okay, and when we simplify this, what do we get? 312 centimeter square, right? So we got the third answer as well. Now we have to find the length of the diagonal. So length of the diagonal D is given as square root of L square plus B square plus H square. Write all the correct formula first, okay, before you write your answer. So what do we get? 10 square plus 9.5 square. Now here you should learn a squaring of a number, okay, the techniques of square of a number. Also you should learn the square root of a number, how to find the square root of the number. Okay, these are the very important things you should understand first. Okay, so you already learned squares and square roots, cubes and cube roots, so they are very much useful for this chapter. Okay, so please go through them once. If you want, I can share this link also here. Okay, now when we simplify this, what do we get? This is square root of 254.25, and the square root of that is nothing but 15.9 approximately. Okay, 15.9 centimeter. So that is the length of the diagonal. So you should write your answer properly and just highlight your answer. Okay, like this. Perfect. All right. Now the sides of the cube are given. Okay, all sides are same. Okay, we know that for cube. So this is 6 centimeter given. Now same question. Okay, but we have to find for cube. So now volume. So the first answer we are finding, volume is equals to side cube, right? So therefore volume is equals to 6 cube, right? And this gives me 216 centimeter cube, right? So we got our first answer. Now surface area. Now as I said, when they just say surface area, that means total surface area. So surface area is nothing but 6 times side square. Okay, so 6 times 6 square. So again this is 6 cube only, so you will get the same answer for this. Alright. Okay. Now the third answer we have to find the lateral surface area. So lateral surface area is nothing but 4 times side square, right? So that is nothing but 4 times 6 square. So when you simplify this, what do we get? 144 centimeter square. Alright. And now the length of the diagonal. So length of the diagonal D is equals to square root of 3 into S. So D is equals to square root of 3 into 6. Alright. So you can simply write this as d is equals to 6 square root 3 centimeter, and you can stop it here, or you can substitute the value if it is given to you. Alright, okay, perfect. Now let's solve the next question. Here the dimension of cuboids are given in the ratio 4 is to 5 is to 6. Also surface area is given, right? So what we have given, let's write this. L is to B is to H. This is given as 4 is to 5 is to 6. And surface area. So surface area is 5328 meter square given. We have to find the length, breadth and height, okay, volume and the length of the diagonal. Alright, so let's find one by one. So the first answer, now see, we are given this, okay, length to 4 equals to B to 5 equals to H to 6 equals to, we'll take X. So what I can say, L is equals to 4x, B is equals to 5x and H is equals to 6x. Now to find the surface area, if I write the formula, it is 2 times LB plus BH plus LH. Now this is given to us 5328 equals to 2 times 4x into 5x plus 5x into 6x plus 6x into 4x. Alright. Now I'll divide them by first. So I'll get this, okay, and then we'll get 20x square plus 30x square plus 24x square, and now when I simplify, so I'll get 74x square, and then when I find the value of x square, that is nothing but 2664 over 74. When we simplify, we'll get 36, right? We'll get 36 for this, correct? And this gives me x is equals to 6, because negative I cannot take. Alright, so once I get this value, so I can find the length now, breadth and height. So when I substitute it here, I'll get length is equals to 4 into 6, 24 centimeter, meter, okay. Breadth equals to 5 into 6, which is 30 meter, and h is equals to, this is B, this is L, and h is equals to 6 into 6, 36 meter. So we got first answer for this, okay. Now volume. So volume is equals to L into B into H. Substitute the value, 24 into 30 into 36. So when we multiply these numbers, so we'll get 25,920 meter cube. So please do your calculation in a proper manner, okay, to avoid all the mistakes. And now the third answer, I have to find the length of the diagonal. So formula is d equals to square root of L square plus B square plus H square. And now when I substitute this, what do we get? L square, so 24 square plus 30 square plus 36 square. So we'll get d equal meter, okay. Now coming to the next question. So we are given the surface area of cube. So surface area is given 294 centimeter square. And now we have to find the length of the edge of the cube. Alright. So surface area is nothing but 6 times a square or h square, you can say. Now 6 This is given as 294 equals to 6 a square, right? Now when I divide by 6, so a square equals to 294 divided by 6. Alright, so what do we get when we simplify? 49, right? So a equals to 7. We have to consider the positive square root. So I get the side of the length of the cube. So this is our first answer. Now the second, we have to find the volume. Now volume is equals to side cube. So we'll get volume equals to 7 cube. Now 7 cube is 343, right? So you'll get 343 centimeter cube. So we got the second answer as well. And now we have to find the diagonal. So diagonal D is equals to square root of 3 into S. So we'll get D equals to square root of 3 into 7. And I can say that D is equals to 7 square root 3 centimeter. Right? So we found all three answers very easily. Alright. Now very interesting question. We are given the length of the diagonal, which is 11 square root 3 centimeter. You have to find the length of the edge of the cube, volume and surface area. Okay. So the first answer, D is equals to, we know that it is square root of 3 times S. So what I can say, 11 square root 3 equals to square root 3S, and we can say that S is equals to 11 centimeter. So we got the first answer. Now second answer, we have to find the volume of this. So volume is equals to side cube, and we'll get volume equals to 11 cube. Now 11 cube is 1331 centimeter cube. So we got the second answer also, right? And now the third answer. So we have to find the surface area. So surface area is equals to 6s square. So what do we get? SA is equals to 6 times 11 square. Now 11 square is 121. And now when we simplify this, we'll get surface area is centimeter square. Perfect. Very simple question. Alright. Okay. Now the hall dimensions are given. So that means length is equals to 8 meter. Breadth is equals to 6 meter. And height is equals to 4 meter. Alright. Now it has 3 doors of size this. Alright. So doors equals to 3. Number of doors are 3. Right? And size of door equals to 1.5 meter by 2 meter. And 4 windows. So number of windows equals to 4, and size of window equals 1.2 meter by 1 meter. Alright. Now we have to find the cost of papering the wall. If the wall paper is 80 centimeter wide and the cost is 7 rupees per meter. Alright. So when you want to paper the walls, means what? You need to find surface area of the cuboid. Now surface area, here only they are talking about walls, right? So you need exclude the top and the bottom of the cuboid, alright? Because we need just 4 walls, alright? Once we find that, we have to exclude the area of the doors and area of the windows which are occupied, and then we have to find the cost. So do you understand step by step what we have to do? Alright, so let's do it step by step. So first of all, the surface area of walls equals to 2 times breadth height plus height and length. We are excluding the length into breadth. So what do we get here? 2 times 6 into 4 plus 4 into 8. And when I simplify this, I'll get 120 meter square. Now, as I said, we have to exclude this area. So, see, area of door, what I'll get? Area of door, I'll get 1.5 into 2. So, which is 3 meter square. Area of the window, I'll get 1.2 meter square. So, now there are 3 doors and 4 windows. So, surface area of walls without door and window equals to surface area of wall minus 4 times area of window and minus 3 times area of door. So when we substitute all the values, what do we get? 112 minus 3 times 4 times 1.2 plus minus 3 times 3. And when you simplify, you can find the answer for this, right? So it is 98.2 meter square. So we got how much paper is required. Now they are saying if the wallpaper is 80 centimeter wide, then you have to find the cost for this. So see, now here the width of the paper is given and you have to first find the length of the paper. So width of the paper equals to 80 centimeter, right? Which is equals to 0.8 meter. See, all dimensions are here in meters, so that's why I have converted that. Now therefore the length of the paper is equals to the area. Okay, area to be covered upon width. So area to be covered, we already found that 98.2. So 98.2 upon 0.8. And now when you divide this, you'll get, so 122.75 meter is the length of the paper required. They are saying the cost of paper is rupees 7 per meter. So now the cost of paper equals to 7 times 122.75. So when we simplify, we'll get 859.25, right, rupees. So this is how you can find the total cost for the paper which is required. Alright, I hope you understand this. Now, very interesting question. Okay, here the external dimension of an open wooden box which are given here. So if you see here, this is the open wooden box which is thick, okay, which is 2 centimeter thick. They have given the external dimensions are given and the thickness are given. So you have to find the internal dimension of the box. Alright. So to find the internal dimension, what do we have to do? Yes, see the thickness. Okay. Here, if I want to find the length, so the outer dimension are 26. So and this thickness, so we have to subtract 2 from each side, right? So the first answer I am writing internal dimension. So what do we get? Length is equals to 26 minus 2 times 2. So this gives me 22 centimeter, right? Breadth is equals to, here it is 24. So 24 minus 2 into 2. So we'll get 20 centimeter. And height. Now here they have given that it is the open wooden box. So for height we have to subtract just 2. Right? Because we don't have the top. So it is 15 minus 2, which is 13 centimeter. So I get all the dimensions, and now we have to find the capacity. So the capacity, right, we already solved this. Now capacity, so equals to volume equals to, you have to consider the inner dimensions to find this, right? So it is L times B times H. And when I substitute all the values, what do we get? We can find the final answer, which is 20 centimeter cube. Alright, so I got the capacity also. Now volume of the wood used by in making the box. Alright, so what volume of the wood is what? You have to find the first of all outer volume, and then when we subtract it from the inner volume, we can find the volume of wood used. Right? So third answer. So volume of outer uh, box equals to L into B into H. Now outer dimensions are 26 into 24 into 15. Okay. So we'll get 9360 centimeter cube. Now the volume of the wood used, right? So volume of the wood used equals to 9360 minus 5720. So when you take the difference of this, you get 3640 centimeter cube. So we got the third answer for this. Alright. Now they are asking us to find the cost of making the box at the rate of 2 rupees per centimeter cube. So the cost of making the box equals to 7 times the volume which we got. So 3640. So when I find this answer, what do we get? 7280 rupees. Okay, so this is the cost of making the box. Alright, and now they are asking us to find the weight of box if 1 centimeter cube equals to 0.75 grams. So this was the fourth answer and the fifth answer now. So the weight of the box equals to 3640, which was the volume which we got, and 0.75. So we have to multiply with that. Alright, because they have given 0.75 gram, right? So the answer which I'll get is in grams. And now when we multiply this two, we'll get 2730 gram. So what I can say, this is 2 kg 730 gram. So this is the answer which I get. Now very interesting question. Alright, what they are saying, the dimensions of cuboid are equal to half of the dimension of another cuboid, and we have to find the ratio of volumes and surface area. So what I'll take, let the dimensions of the cube of the bigger cuboid, okay, equals to L into P into H. Okay, and now the dimensions of the smaller cuboid. They are saying the one is the half of them. So L over 2 times B over 2 and H over 2. Now volume. So the volume of bigger cuboid equals to LBH, and the volume of the smaller cuboid equals to LBH over 8, and now we have to find the ratio. Therefore volume of bigger cuboid to volume of smaller cuboid equals LBH over LBH upon 2. Sorry, 8. So I'll get 8 to 1, or I can write in ratio form. So 8 is to 1 is my final answer for this. Now we have to find the ratio of surface area also. So surface area of bigger cuboid to surface area of smaller cuboid equals, now this is 2 times L into B plus B into H plus L into H upon, this is what, 2 into, this is L B to 4 plus B H to 4 plus L H to 4. And now when I simplify this, correct, so what do we get? 2 times LB plus BH plus LH upon 2 times LB plus BH plus LH whole upon 4, and this 4 I can take in top and I can cancel out and we'll get 4 upon 1. So the ratio is 4 is to 1. So this is my final answer for that. I hope you understand this, right? Okay. Now very interesting question. See, the 3 cubes of these sides are melted and recast into single cube. So very common mistake, students are just adding up this sides and they are simply finding the answer, but that's not correct. See, there are 3 cubes, okay, these are melted and then you are forming a single cube. So basically the volume of the single cube is volume of the these 3 cubes. Alright, so we'll write this. So volume of the single cube equals to volume of all 3 cubes. Okay, so this is what 3 cube plus 4 cube plus 5 cube. And now when I solve this, we'll get 27 plus 64 plus 125. So we get 216, right? 216 centimeter cube. And therefore what I can say, the side, okay, side equals to 6 centimeter for the new cube. Okay. And now you have to find the length of the diagonal. So diagonal is equals to root 3s. We already know this. So 6 root 3 centimeter is the length of the diagonal. So I hope you understood the surface area and volume questions, right? I would request you to please solve them and just make sure you are not making any calculation mistakes. Alright, put all the formulas in a correct manner and then solve them correctly. Alright, so if you like the video, please share with your friends and thank you for watching.